Now, I know the headline makes people happy and everyone's seeing it and it's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, oh yeah. Now, in the report from this Roya Nika person, now it all depends also if you believe her. I do know there's some people that think that Roya Nika person isn't very credible, but we're going to talk about what is said. The claim here is working, okay? So that's just the caveat. I'm saying that before we get into it. It's working royal roles. Now, as far as it goes for the titles of these two idiots, how they're not doing anything and they're not supposed to be connected to the royal family in that way, right? What this says is working royal roles. So I just wanted to say that at the beginning of this video so I don't mislead anyone. All right. But this Roya Nika person, she's essentially saying that William is now done. Because from what this sounds like, it's like, you know, when you're done with someone, you're done being upset, you're done getting upset, and you have no more emotion to give. Because essentially, it's stupid. And you've realized, why am I even wasting my time getting upset at whoever this person is? Because it's just a waste. It's just a waste of my energy. It's just a waste of my time. And that's what this sounds like. What from this Roya Nika person, what has struck me the most recently is that he just doesn't mention it at all. When it comes to the client, William, it used to be that the family stuff was taking up a lot of space in his head, and it was a very close relationship, and he was very upset. But it's not getting to him anymore. It is a change. It's sad, but it's a much healthier space for him to be at. So to me, I know what that is, right? I don't care. Like, when you hear about the person, and you're like, I don't care. I don't even want to hear about it. And I think that's probably one of those things, we've talked about that before, where when something with these two idiots comes up, William's like, I don't care. And I bet you his aides know. They know. Don't even bother telling him. It's not important. There's no reason for him to know. And they were talking about the interview where Harry cried for half an hour. They were talking about that and how it did kind of upset him. But then after a while, he really didn't care. Because you got to understand, with someone like Harry, he's going to continue and he's going to continue and he's going to continue because he's a weasel. He's a jealous shit. That's what he is. That's the word for it. He's a jealous turd. So what he's doing, especially when he does what he did for that 30 minutes and he says, oh, I would love a reconciliation, but also I think that my family killed my mother and I think they're trying to kill me. Like, come on, man. And we know why Harry does that, because he's trying to get a reaction. That's the same reason that Harry puts out all these stories, and Meghan does as well, where they're talking about Catherine, right? Every single time I see the stupid story, and it's so stupid. And the story says, oh, Catherine is trying to do something so that way they can bridge the gap, or olive branch, or the stupid words that they use. And it's like, no, that's not true. And I hate it. I hate it when Meghan does that. So this goes on. There is bemusement in royal circles at a recent report suggesting the client wanted to keep HRH titles for his children. I do remember that. I believe that was like last week. For his children, the two fake rented ones, so they can decide for themselves whether they want to become working royals. See? And that's the word. So if the future happens according to what this means, it's going to be the same thing the way with Harry and Meghan, where we know, especially with Meghan, we know these people use their titles. We know these people use HRH in private. And in my opinion, Meghan Markle has never stopped using HRH. So when it says working, that's why I told you that at the beginning of the video. And then this goes on, under the next reign, roles for Archie and Lily as working royals are unlikely. So in my opinion, what this probably means is something like they're just going to have the title for a title. Not because it can actually do anything, not because it's actually important. It's just like Meghan and Harry. They have it because, let's face it, it's all they have.